Hi everyone, I am Eli Camp, and today I'd like to show you how to download a single video from bunny.net if that's where you store your videos. It took me a long time to figure this out for a variety of reasons, but I thought I would just quickly show you. There are quite a few things out there that tell you how to do this, but they're confusing, so it took me a while. So when you first log into Bunny, here is your dashboard, and then you want to come over to Stream and pick the library that contains the video that you want to download. So I'll show you why is this stuff important, because you might just say, hey, all I have to do is come here and I can download. But when you do that, you get this massive zip file that has all the different sizes of your video and lots of other stuff in it, and it's a massively big file. A lot of times folks just need to get a single video at one size because they need to do something with it, right? Especially if you use bunny.net to store all of your videos and you don't have them anywhere else. So instead of doing that, we're going to do a direct download. And you have to make sure that you have some settings correct. So when you're in your library, this little menu on the left has two things we're going to look at: encoding and security. So first, let's start with encoding. You want to make sure that you have keep original files checked. If that is not checked, then the Bunny does not have your original files and you won't be able to do this, but there's a workaround which we'll do in part 2 of the video. So I'm going to assume, because this is the default, that you didn't come in here and change it, and that if you come look at encoding and scroll down, you'll see that this is checked. The second thing you have to do, regardless of whether keep original file is checked or not, is to make sure block direct URL file access is off. So if you turn that on, you won't be able to use the system. If you turn it off, you will. If you like to have it on by default, then just turn it off while you're grabbing your videos and turn it back on. So once we have those two things done, then we can come back to manage the library, and you're gonna click on the video that you want, and there are this is for original video, because I'm going to assume you had that checked. So you click on the video that you want to get, and you scroll over here on the left to HLS playlist URL, and you copy that. And you could use this little box right here, or you could open up a notepad. I'm just going to kind of use this as a notepad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this part, playlist m3.u8. So everything after the last slash, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to type in the word original, and then I'm going to copy that whole URL, and I'm going to delete it because we don't need to leave it there. It's in my clipboard. I'll close that box, open up a new tab, paste in that URL, hit enter, and now you'll see that this video loads up, and all you have to do at this point is right click and save the video as, and then it'll give you your box. You save it wherever you want it, and you're all good to go. Now let's say that you did not keep the original video. So now what we have to do is something a little bit different, and you're going to want to open up this page, and it's Bunny storage structure, so that you can get this little piece of code right here. So it's your MP4 video URL. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask it to give us a certain size video. And so I'm going to take this little piece of code, so everything after that last slash. And again, I'm showing people who did not keep their original files, how to download the single video instead of the massive zip file with all the data in it. So I'm just going to paste that little thing right there because we're going to need that. And we're going to do the same thing here. This video, I'm going to grab this HLS playlist URL. Same thing. Come back to my notepad and paste that in. And I want to, instead of typing the word original here after the last slash, I'm going to put this little piece of code in there. And then what I want to replace in here is just these brackets and resolution height. So I want to replace that with a number. And how do I know what number to do? Well, it depends what you uploaded, right? If you did something that was standard definition SD, then you can only get up to a 480. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to come here. I'm going to go back to encoding so that you can see that they have a list right here, super handy, of the different things, the different sizes you can get. So 480 is a pretty safe bet. That's the largest standard definition, and you can get 720 or 1080 if your videos have that. So what I want, I'm going to try 480. So let's go back here, and I've highlighted the bracket, resolution, underscore height bracket, and I'm just going to replace that with 480. And so now this is what your URL looks like, right? After the last slash there, I'll take that and I'll pop that in there. And there you can see that I've got a 480. Now you can just quickly check by coming up into the URL. Let's see if I have a 720. And if I do have a 720, and maybe I have a 1080 as well. So let's see if I have a 1080. It's this easy. I'm just changing that in the browser, and I don't have a 1080. So 720 is the biggest one I can get for that particular video. And then you do the same thing. You let it play. Let's go back to 720. You let it play, you right click, you save the video as. And this is how you can get your single videos. So these numbers here are the ones you can try. This video storage structure is, I'll highlight that so you can see it. And I'm gonna pop it in here so maybe you can see it better. This gives you the different URLs and where you can go grab this code from. But this is pretty much either original. I'm giving you time to write this down if you need it. I can probably also pop this in the show notes. So it's either original at the end if you had that option checked, or it's this play underscore bracket resolution underscore height bracket p.mp4, where that number, right, 480, 720, whatever. And this URL right here is where it gives you the list of all of the different URLs that you can grab. The HLS for any video gives you the information that you need for the first part of the URL, right? So if you come look in here, it's got pull zone, it's got video ID. That's how you get those already populated into your URL. So all you have to do is mess around with the stuff that's after the last slash. So it's that URL right there. Okay, I hope that helps somebody. It sure helped me. Have a great day.